Um, I'm gonna share that again. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening, but if it does, I just keep sending links. Um, Damn, that sucked though. All right, all right. Hopefully, Jack will come in for that. So yeah, we'll keep playing. It's still just bottom eight, so we got some time here. We did get the fly out. Strike one. Let's go. No, that sucked. Ground ball. Ooh, get this out. Come on. Come on, Nola. God, absolute God. Strike two. Ground ball. Got him. We'll go to the ninth. The Sox are one inning away from winning the World Series. Hopefully that link's working. Hopefully Jack can join. We'll see. All right. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know why that happened, but we did get we did a 1, 2, 3 inning with Aaron Nola. Oh, it got under it. Robert pops up. All right, three out. We're 3 outs away, three defensive outs away from winning the World Series. Ah, just missed that. He is attacking me. No reason. He is just trying to treat. Because I'll probably turn on the announcers in the bottom half. Get through. Maybe. All right, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna keep. Let's see. I got Hendricks waiting.
Yeah, it was a bit of the ninth, and now the first baseman Matt Olson. Nola
We'll keep
work.
Nola in for now
That's in there.
because he's pitching really well.
That misses the zone. Ball one.
There's a lot of pitches though. They're still on the clean. Crazy.
There's a strike.
Strike two. Come on.
Now a check swing, but he held up.
Dude, I'm doing it again. Got him, got him.
The 2-2 gets a
No
check
way,
swing. Now an
Brian.
appeal to third. And Ed Drummond right on it says he held up. And the pitch. The other
Base
way,
hit.
and he beats
Shit,
the
I gotta put
shift.
in Hendricks.
Around first, digging for
Benintendi,
two.
get the
The
throw.
throw into second, and he's out.
Got him! He got him! Benintendi, what a throw!
Here's Austin Riley. That's a strike.
Strike
0-1.
one. That was huge.
And a
Strike
swing and a
two.
miss.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
That misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Yes.
And that's outside.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Yeah.
And the pitch. Swings into that one. It's a strikeout.
And the Sox are
2
one
out.
out away.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part
And
of the
winning the
plate.
World
Could get around on
Series.
it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not
Fly
want to hit that
ball.
batter.
It's gonna
And
get
when they've got him up
down.
against the ropes, got to figure out a
Foul
way to
ball.
put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Next pitch misses.
Ball
1-1. 2-run game with 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th. That one
Strike
finds the
two.
zone. And it's
Sox are 1
1-2.
strike away from winning the World Series.
And a ball
1-2.
evens the count. And that one is in
He
the dirt.
wanted it.
And a full count now. And he walked him.
Oh, he missed him. He
Well,
missed
2-out
it.
walks are never good,
All right, I'm putting in Hendricks. Come on, Hendricks. You can do
especially
this.
when you're trying to.
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Liam Hendricks.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
Pitch
Get your
misses
spot.
there, 2-0.
Oh, an interesting situation. One swing you
Strike
can tie up the
one.
ball game, but if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run
Strike
to the plate.
2.
2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. This one
There you
kicks
go.
away a little as he can't squeeze it. Nice job
Come on,
behind the
Hendricks.
plate there. Murphy leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
God, oh no, we just got a piece of it.
Fouled off
Foul
again.
ball. Ooh.
And it remains 3-2. The tying run at the plate.
Got
And
him.
that'll do it.
The Sox have won the World Series. Yeah, let's go. Dude, is Zavala fall down over there? Let's go. Dude, that was close.
Congratulations
Damn.
to the World Series champions.
I love how
Incredibly
Zavala
special
falls
team.
down.
So proud of these guys. I know the fans back in their hometown.
Swept the Braves.
Everybody
Let's
going nuts right
go.
now. It's going to be such an amazing reception when these guys return home.
Dude, I'm just curious, like, what happens. I've never seen it. Do they have, like, a... Oh, whoa, cool. Yeah.
Welcome back on the show as we see some of the final moments and reactions in this
They show
World
them with the
Series
trophy?
clinching game.
Okay, let's see. I want to see if they show them, like, with the trophy. They probably do.
And now let's go down to the field where they're set to present the commissioner's trophy
Oh, here
to
we go.
the World Series champs.
Yeah. Let's go. Hendricks got the save, too. That's very fitting.
For Chris Singleton and our outstanding crew, I'm John Shambi. This has been the World Series on MLB
Hold
The
it to
Show.
Forbes. Yo, cheese in that. All right, that's it. Kind of lame. Pretty lame presentation, but we did it. Let's go. Probably something will come up here. March to October, we did it. Dude, Aaron, program. Oh, it's in 2023. Yeah, let's go. Dude, I'm taking a picture of that. Let's go. Finally did it. Let's go. That was fun. Amazing. World Series, won the division. We had the second best record in baseball. That was cool. I think Dodgers, right? Yeah, Dodgers had 109, but they choked in the NLCS. Classic Dodgers. And yeah. Oh wait, I want to see like, is there like awards or anything? Probably somewhere. How do I see those? Because I want to see if Eloy won that was his batting it. Oh, in the playoffs. Doubles, home runs. Oh, dude, he led the playoffs in home runs. That's sick. 7. That's so sick. And then I wonder, is this where you see the like awards and stuff? Oh, it didn't show it. Man, that's kind of stupid. Oh well, maybe they'll show it like on their card or something. I don't know. Dude, let's see what I got in Diamond Dynasty. Oh, so glad, dude. That mode is a little bit of a grind. You got to play, but see, it's a perfect. I think it's a perfect thing of like, it's a perfect mix of playing just a full franchise and just like simming. Because I find like that's like the perfect speed for me. Because um, I like franchise for me. Like I end up simming a lot of it anyways. But I want to play like big moments, and that's like basically what that mode is. I was like, oh, that's good. That's sick. Madden kind of has a mode like that too. Like you can like set it so it sims everything except for the big moments. Here we go. Here's the cards. Just kind of like grabbing what I don't have, I guess. I started like filling out collections yesterday just for fun, even though like I don't play this game anymore. It was just kind of fun to do when like, especially when you're like not actually working towards something. It's like opening packs is just kind of fun. I see that says new. Dude, see if I pull a dive. Watch now. I'm gonna pull like Trout or something when it doesn't matter. Diamond Field. Ooh, old Yankee Stadium, which I have. So, haha. Little man's doing a no money spent team where uh, he just like was opening like a bunch of packs that he unlocked. He didn't get like shit. He got one decent player. He got Seagy. He's Seagy too easy. But other than that, he got nothing. I was like, dude, yeah, that's welcome, welcome to the rest of us. It's what we have to do and deal with. Ooh, diamond. But apparently, like someone, like comments were saying, like, oh yeah, he's only good because he has a God Squad. It's like, yeah, and then he like the one game he had literally no money spent team. He had like this like really basic team, and he won like he made like 6 people quit in a row. And like the one he got the mercy, I was like, dude, holy shit, the dude's so cracked. I was like, yeah, you're actually delusional if you think he's good just because of his team. It's like, dude, no, he's like that's not true at all. It's not Madden. Like in MLB, you actually have to have like some skill. Definitely helps. Like pay for your team for sure, but oh, remember this? Everybody's favorite program, Snapshot program or whatever the fuck. What a dumb fucking program. So weird. It was like someone's like fantasy or something. It just felt weird. Dude, let's just take these like pictures of them when they're like in casual clothes and like make a whole program around that. What? Okay. And there it is. All right. So I'm gonna end the stream there. Do buy packs. What was in these? Chase packs? Sure. Doesn't matter. What chase pack was the best? This one. DeGrom, right now. I did. What if I did right now? Just get DeGrom. It doesn't matter. Oh. I thought I did for a second. And I was like, oh, what? I'm going to do one more just because it's fun. It's nice not caring about your stubs. Fuck it. Bailey. Got that adrenaline in 'em, Bailey. Chase pack. Which one had Ellie? Is it 5? I think it's 5. Come on. Done. Damn. Nope. But it's gonna be Mookie Betts, I'm guessing. Mookie Betts, that actually would have been wild. Yeah, dude, and then I went 500 and, well, actually, like I said, it should be above 500, but I won a game. I won one more than I played, so I went one above 500 today in Madden, so my record's 95 and 95. I'm in the playoffs. Should be 95, 94 because that game fucking sucks. And that's happened to me like 5 times, but where like uh you'll go into a game, it'll just disconnect and then give you the loss. But then like there was a couple of times where it happened like for me, so I like kind of canceled those out. And then there was like one other case. I forgot what happened, but yeah, it's like I just wish it would never happen. It's so annoying. But yeah, and then it happened one more time. I know. That literally, and that happens in MLB too. Like if um that is just how these get like and I've said this before, like that is just how these games are fucking designed is and Madden's the same way and MLB is actually the same way too, but they're more transparent about how you can prevent that. Where like if you it's not designed for you to play a bunch in a row. It is just not. Like if you just play a bunch in a row, you're gonna run into that trap. If it whether it's MLB or Madden. And they actually all start that same way where and they've said like you'll start off and I've read like these forums, like you'll start off and like do pretty well, and then you'll hit a wall where like you're starting to face people like your level, and then you'll just fucking like either tank or like it'll just yo-yo, which is where I'm at right now. But the problem was for me, I think this year was for Madden, I ran into that Easter program and it was just, oh my God, dude, that was the day I went 2-18. I just kept playing because I was just like, like there was part of it was just kind of like not giving a fuck. I was just like, whatever. Like I don't like really care too much. Like I can claw back from this. But yeah, I was like 5 games above, and then that day, like almost everybody was either like out of their mind, fucking cracked and sweaty, or they had the God Squad, and oh my God, it was so frustrating. And I was like, fuck, well, I have nothing else to do. It's fucking Easter, so I just kept playing, and like, oh, it was so frustrating. But that happened to me like 2 years ago in MLB, where like when I went like 20 games under in that game too. I think that was MLB 22. I forget what year. Yeah, I forgot what year that was, but because I played a bunch, and that was before I knew, or that was the year I learned about the like rating system and actually how it worked. And once I found that out, like I was on that big losing streak, and then I was like, okay, so you just have to play a couple in your rating, and then when the games start getting like really hard, you just have to like yeah, yeah, actually, absolutely, yeah, definitely, yeah. That's the thing. Like those get like I do think it's a better system. And they have like, and I know people like hated the way it was set up last year, but like with the 99s and stuff. But I don't know. To me, that it felt like it was actually more level of a playing field. And people hated the way 23 was set up last year. And I to me, for me, it felt fair because then I was like, oh yeah, like it was grindy for sure. But if you do it, you at least get the players, and then like you can compete. It felt like, but again, like within my limits, and like so I could play like 400, 500, some 600, but like that's usually where I definitely don't like playing past 600. Um, that's like my absolute limit. I think my highest has ever been like 599. So, but once I figured that out, I was like, oh, and then I didn't even know it reset. And I was like, that was the year I like looked up like, well, how is this matchmaking like done? And then I found out like, oh, the rating resets every now and then. And so like what you can do is like wait till the season resets and then wait and then they and I read they were like I would wait a couple weeks because what's going to happen is people that are like at 650 are going to be reset to 400. And so they're not really 400s, but they're going to match you up against 400s. But if you wait, they'll play their games, they'll get their wins or whatever, and they'll go on, and then you'll actually face people you're rating. And yeah, absolutely, yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like that's what I would do. I would try to like this year, and then so then once I learned that, then I played like one a day or maybe two a day, and inched back my record, and then I got to 500 that year. And then this year, 23, I applied it from the beginning. I was like, okay, well now I know like how that rating system works, and I'm gonna kind of apply that from the get-go. I'm gonna build my team first to a decent amount, and then play, and just not ever play like seven in a day or something like that, unless like my record's decent enough. But even then, like avoid doing that. Like three, four at most if my record's good. And this year I was like 20 games above 500. Like, and some of those games were like after the game was like basically at the end of its run. So it's like, um, they were like, whatever about it. But yeah, like look at that. 82 and 48 was that's all together. So that's including online rated. But so it's really like, yeah, maybe it's 10 or 11 games. So like 71 and 48, but still, that's over 20 games, uh, over 500. And I was just looking like my ERA, very good, but my average, struggling. So definitely, but it's good that they at least show you the rating. Whereas like Madden, it's just like, dude, and I feel like even so, like again, the problem with Madden, I think the like pay to win is just so much worse in Madden than it is in MLB. Like after playing those games side by side now, I'm like, and I looked up, people like say the same thing. And they're like, absolutely, because like Diamond Dynasty, you can actually like compete with a no money spent team. Whereas Madden, you have to have, like me, 20 years of fucking experience, and even still, it's just like, dude, if someone has like a crack team against yours, like they there's not much you can do. Like if they know a play that works, they just have to be faster. Yeah, no, that's your hitting has been like incredible. It's like fucking wild to watch. I've seen it too. So that's why I was like, oh, I should go back to PCI. I know that's what the common consensus is. I was like, well, maybe I'll try it offline first on All Star and just like at least get a vibe of like getting back into it. And Ben, as you can see, he's been doing okay, at least against the computer. I know it's a different beast for sure, not the same thing, but at least it's like the same difficulty. So helped a little bit, but yeah, it's fucking Madden, bro. They just God, so many of these people like, and then. And then you have like the community that's just like fucking toxic, which I'm sure MLBs would be too if you could hear them. Like the fact that like EA just lets you like talk to, which yeah, so like some people, you get the rare person that's like cool, but most people on there are just fucking absolutely toxic. Like that one guy, I did a celebration run one time, and it was like a small run. It was like, dude, people do that all the time. Someone did that to me today. People do that all the time in that game. It's like whatever. And he like got on the mic, and I didn't even say anything. I was off the mic. I was muted. But I did this like little run in the game, and he got on the mic, and he was like, "Bro, that's the worst thing you could have done. Oh hell no, you just celebrated on my head. Oh, that's the worst thing you could have done." I beat him 27-0, made him quit, and then I started talking shit to him because I'm just like, dude, like, what are you talking about? Like, no money spent. Like, fuck, are you talking about? Like, you're just not good. Like, and you know, just like that's the other thing that gets me is just that community is just so toxic, dude. Like, they just like they they encourage players to just buy packs and win with those, and then people are like dumb enough to like the community sometimes is dumb enough to like think that they're good. It's like I face these guys, and then they're like talking shit, and they have like the double Bo Jackson combo. Like this is a thing you'll see almost every like if you play enough in Madden Online, which I highly you went 2-1, I'd recommend you just stop there before you get a heartache. Uh, if you started playing enough, you'll start seeing like every team will start having the two Bo Jacksons, one at quarterback, one at running back. They'll have the Harold Carmichael, they'll have the Ted Hendricks, like just these insane teams. And it's like every single game. Whereas like MLB, I just felt like that wasn't the case. Like you would get a God Squad every now and then for sure. Like that's just again how it's kind of designed. And you'll get someone that's just gonna fucking not even a God Squad and it's just better, right? Like sure, those happen. But dude, the amount it happens in men is just wild. It is just it's crazy, man. Like it I just don't and that's the thing, they're just making so much money off of it. And then some people like and then I tell the guy, like, I was like, God, dude, like, I don't, my team's a no money spent. He's like, yeah, all right. Like, yeah, like, that dude didn't believe me. And then another guy was like, he was like, Cat. He was cooler. He wasn't like as mad, but he was like, man, I was like, dude, like, he's like, man, that's crazy. I can't believe this game's so bad. And I was like, yeah, like, I was like, dude, my team is no money spent, though. I will say that. And I was like calmer. We were cool. He was like, man, that's cap, that's cap. I was like, dude, what? It is. Like, I was like, I don't spend a dime on this team. He's like, no, no, you do, and all this. I was like, it's sad that we've even gotten to the point where like people don't even believe it anymore. It's like, what? Are you kidding me? I was like, you'll know when someone's paid for their team. It's just obvious. Like they just have like, there's a different echelon of types of players that you can get, and it's like, and then so one guy was like that I beat who had a better team, and he was like, oh yeah, you faced me in a fresh game. I was like, there's no chance you beat me in a fresh. There's no way. I was like, if I beat you in this mode and you have like a decent team, there's no way you beat me in any other mode in Madden. No way. Like that's it. Like I like and that's where that game can get frustrating too, is like you can feel, especially when you're experienced and you've been playing this game so much. Like in MLB, you'd be able to tell. Like you can tell when someone's like legit better than you and when they're like leaning on the game's like bullshit. Because like, and I can tell like, and sometimes it's a combination of both. Like, okay, he just has so much faster players, but he also is lurking. And I will like today. There was a play I threw it into coverage, and the guy like made the adjustment. Like the first play was like for 20, 30 yards, Shannon Sharp, and the second play he adjusted, went over the middle, and did a user lurk. I was like, hey, that's a good lurk. That's good shit. Like, fuck, good play. And I don't even. It's gotten to the point where I don't even like unmute my mic to tell people that anymore. I wish I could, but then it opens the floodgates of like they're probably just even if you're being nice, it opens the floodgates of they're gonna be shitty to you. So I just don't even do it. But like to myself, I was like, oh shit, that was a good play. Hell yeah. But that's so rare. Like it's so rare to like get that, which is sad. And then yeah, and then you're forced to like find running plays that you're really good at, or like find the same play, and then people get mad at that, and it's like, what do you want me to do? Like if I'm in a no money spent team, I don't like you can use whatever play you want. I do not even care. You can use whatever way you want to win if you're using a no money spent team. I don't even care. Like even if in MLB it's kind of like, yeah, I know it's a little frowned upon, but like there's like part of me that's like if community is like gonna pay to win, you can use whatever way you want to win. Like you bunt to get the guy over, don't care. Base it, like as long as it's not like explicitly cheating, I think it's like fair game, especially if you're not paying, and especially if the other person isn't. It's just like I don't even care. I'm like now when people start saying that to me, I'm like, cool, you pay for your team. Cool, you pay for your team. I just don't even listen to them. And I just tell them that over and over and over again. I wanted to ask this guy recently, but he didn't answer me. But I wanted to ask him too. I was like, can I just ask you? And I was like, I'm not like I'm not even trying to be like toxic or anything, but like he had this just like crazy crack squad, and I just like couldn't get a single yard. And I was like, all right, like I'm just gonna ask him. I was like, can I ask like how much money that team was? And I was like, I'm not like no bullshit, like not trying to be you rude. And he didn't answer, but I thought he had the mic on. But I do just get like so curious about that. Like how and there's like a whole community online about that game that backs it. And that's why it's not ending. Is because you actually have people like you'll read it, like people will be like, I don't know, I don't see a problem with it. It's my money, I can spend it how I want. I'm like, sure, it is. And yes, absolutely you can. The problem is with the game. Like it's not necessarily like I do agree it's not necessarily the player's fault, but like that's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy. It's so much money on these teams, and then they're like, "Oh, I just spend my money on whatever I want." It's like it's not about the waste of money that it is, which it is. It's a giant waste of money because especially in Madden, I'm like that game. Like you could lose off some fucking dumb fuck fumble that's random number generator at any point. Never, never. But that's the other part of it. I'm like, I would never want to waste my money in that game. First of all, the enjoyment level to cost is just not there. So like at least when I'm losing, I'm like, yeah, didn't waste money though, extra money. Um, so there's that. But yeah, and then there's people like, yeah, I just like they back it up, and it's just like, how do you reason with that? Like I just don't understand how that's like that's your viewpoint of like see and like I think once that's the toxic part of it is once you start spending on it, then you have the kind of mindset of like, oh, it's fine. You just justify it. Because I could see it happening to me too. Like if I was winning with my team, but I was paying for it, there's going to be so few people that admit that you're not winning because of your skill. You're winning because of the game let you pay for it. But people will refuse to believe that. So they'd rather say like take the angle of like, no, 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 I can spend my money on whatever I want and blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, it's just so unfortunate. It's like, man, like I just wish like and these companies could like get behind the idea of like, man, we want to get back to like competitiveness, like actual, but they don't. They're just all about money. It's damn, man. And then like it's like unfortunate, and like and I do appreciate like YouTubers like Little Man who, they have their channel, but then they do also have a series of like, hey, like here's a no money spent team. And like this is what I do, and he comes out with like videos about like tips and stuff. Like you don't see that as much in Madden, um, because it's just not viable. Like you'll see teams try to do it, like oh no money spent squad, but they'll be like unpopular channels, and they won't be like. So it was cool for me to see like Little Man, like this big streamer, being like, hey, I'm gonna do a no money spent team, like. And he also did it because like apparently the server shut down and people like lost a bunch of cards and shit and I think they got it back, but like he started making that video because he was like, yeah, I know a lot of people like lost their teams, had to start from scratch, like that sucks. That didn't happen to me, fortunately, but like I know it happened to some of you and that does suck. I would be livid if that happened, especially because you're spending money, like he's like here and like he was like I want to show like a no money spent team and like I don't know I think it's something like and it showed and he's really good and he's still fucking cracked. I was my he made World Series with it and because he's just fucking that damn good. But like Madden, I just don't think that's a thing. Like, well, you can win a Super Bowl for sure, but it's different. Like you if you like the way you would do it, I would think because one of my students actually did, and he says like, "Oh, I do no money spent," and I believe him. And I've made it to uh, a couple. But what happens is I make it, and then I face like some crazy team, and then I lose. So I've made it to a couple, and I've won one in my life. But and he won. He was like, "Yeah, I won my first one the other day." I was like, "That's awesome." And but you could like basically the way you would do it in Madden is you would have to build your team a bunch and then do it from the beginning, like very early. Because I think that student used to not play online, but he just started to, and he was playing ranked. And in the beginning, your record, like you will get more wins in the beginning, and like you'll start to like get ahead, and that's what happened to me this year. Um, and so if you build your team enough, ideally, from the beginning, like you could get like you could probably do decent and get like favorable matchups somewhat, and win a Super Bowl. But if you play like, but you would have to like yeah, you have to kind of game it a little bit, and it's just harder. It's harder to see how to and so I was following that trap. I'm like yeah, I just like I start because I was at a decent record and I was gonna stop there, and then I started playing all Madden and it was unranked. I got bored. Like I just like that was the thing. I was just like like that there's something about that like your record getting recorded and like working towards something and working toward like so I did and then I just like once I had that mindset I was like fuck it. Like my record goes low, it goes low and I'll just work towards getting it back up and I'll get it back. I was like I'll get it back to 500. I know I will. I've done it before. Done it in Madden multiple times because it happens every time. Done it in MLB. I was like, I'll do it, but it sucks that you have to. Like, if you just like play a bunch, eventually it gets to a point where yeah, just the players are too good. But yeah, they yeah, I just wish they were a little bit, at least a little bit more transparent, or they just, which they'll never do, they just hit the kill switch on it completely and just like, all right, can't spend money on teams anymore. Only for like if they did for like prosthetics or like uniforms or whatever, fine. Honestly, then I probably would spend money on it. If they were like, oh, like which I wouldn't tell them this, but if it was exclusively that or like if it was like, hey, for your ultimate team, you could have like these like classic Bears jerseys, but they're, $5 or whatever. Like, okay, fine, sure. Then I would do it. It's just a skin. But yeah, for a player, no. Any competitive edge, it's just like that's so dumb. Like, why would you? Why would a game ever do that? And it's like, yeah, it's sad that the community supported it. Like they're split on it. Man, I just wish like, and maybe not like probably a majority don't like it, but yeah, I just think of like the kids that like can't do that. Like they just can't. Like they're younger and they're like playing and they like want that competitiveness, but they like I don't know, like they got the game for like Christmas or something. They can't buy packs. Like they just don't have their own money. Like that just like that just like destroys that. And like that was just something that like when we were kids, right? We would just play against each other, right? Like on the couch co-op, which you could still do obviously, but like that part is I feel like just like gone. I don't know. Like it's not as advertised as much, and it's sad because it's like that's like honestly one of the reasons which for better or for worse but like why I get competitive is because like I had that growing up like I had that like somewhat healthy competition um in our lives but like I liked it right it was something I like found interest in and like it was something I was like we all did I felt like whether it was like wiffle ball or hockey or football, so, two-hand touch, right? Like, which, man, I love, dude, two-hand touch. You already know I was a savage out there. I was fast as hell. Sprint, hit somebody with a stop and go. That was always my favorite. Shit was savage. Dude, hitting someone with a stop and go is the best feeling ever. And then, like, having them, like having the bite on the route because, like, they have to respect your speed. And then, like, that's how I knew I was fat. Like, I actually had some decent speed. Is because, like, whenever I'd be on someone's team, they'd be like, all right, I'm going to be quarterback, you be receiver, just go on a go route. I remember Kevin would always tell me that. I was like, all right, cool. So he's admitting I'm fast. Cool. I was like, nice. And yeah, it was always good. And I made a man, dude, and I know it was two-hand touch, not like serious, but I remember, dude, Kevin used to get so, like, whenever I was facing Kevin, I forgot I think it was a one-handed or something. Dude, I used to make some crazy fucking catches on there too. I remember someone like threw a ball and dude, I remember this like specific memory. I made like this like one-handed grab and got the first down. And I remember Kevin being like, dude, that's such a lucky fucking catch. And I like spat it back something like, it's not luck, it's skill or some shit like that. It's not luck, it's skill. Or some shit. I don't know, or maybe I didn't say it to him, or I thought it, or something. I don't remember, but it was something along those lines. I was like, I don't know, might be skill. But yeah, it was like, because like, yeah, I did. It was like a good ass catch, and I was like pissed. I was like, dude, give me my fucking credit. Like that was a good ass catch. Like, but you're young, and we're both like toxically competitive. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, always on a team. Dude, yeah, no, it was savage. We would always, because yeah, we'd have to face like Tim and Kevin or something, and like we would lose a lot of those games, but like by like one, and which would always like, which I was fine with. I was like, dude, like honestly, and we had the younger team. Well, you guys have like we have someone that's like 2 years younger, which in those years, like now it's like yeah, that's fine, but like in those formative years, like dude, 2 years on someone is like a huge advantage. And so yeah, it'd be like me and you, and we were just like, yeah, down through Kevin. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, by the hill too, dude. Yeah, we had some good plays there. Oh my God, yeah, dude. Some dots, man, absolute dots. Throw on the run. It was cool too, because like the way we would play, right? Like you had the like one blitz, which I like wonder like we probably learned those rules from like the Williamsons, which I thought that was like cool too, that we had like just like understood home rules. Like the blitzing thing, like you only had one blitz per drive. That was just understood. Like everyone knew that. Like, oh yeah, you can't just like blitz whenever you want. You only get one. You have to say it. And then like otherwise if you were rushing you had to count. And I just love that. That was like so cool. Like it was sort of like just like that's such like a backyard football type thing, right? Like, and yeah, and I remember like you would have to like read blitzes. Yeah, I fucking miss those days, man. It was great. And God, one of my favorite plays I've ever done. I don't even I think it resulted in Jonah getting sacked. But so Jonah was the quarterback, I was a receiver, and we are facing Kevin and Tim. And I remember like, or no, I had the ball and or something. I forget. Maybe no, Jonah did. And they were like, so Jonah like Kevin was like rushing, and I went on a route, and like I was trying to like I was like faking out Tim, and dude, I faked him out so bad that I made Tim fall down. Like he like and Kevin just fell to the floor fucking laughing, and so did Jonah. So like the play's still going on, but everyone's just on the floor laughing because like I forgot what I did. I like juked one way, and then like I was like just out of reach. No, so I think I did have the ball because he tried to dive, and he tried to dive, and I just like back juked and like it completely whiffed. He's like, yeah. Kevin was like fucking dying. He like made this noise and oh my god, it was so funny. And then like Jonah was blocking, I think, is what was happening. He's like, dude, he's like, go, and I'm like trying to go, but like I forgot what was making the play go so long. But like I juked him out, but then like Kevin tagged me or something. But like yeah, no, that's what it was. I was quarterback. That's what it was. I was quarterback, and Tim rushed, and Jonah was trying to get open. That's what it was. Yeah, and Jonah was trying to get open, but like Kevin was guarding him, and Jonah just was not getting open. Tim try to catch me. I'm like, bro, you are not catching me. There's no fucking shot. So I would just run around, just kept running around the backfield. And then at one point I got close enough to him, and he thought he was gonna dive and get my ass. He dove and fell, completely missed me. And I'm just in the back just laughing. Kevin's laughing, Jonah's dying. And then eventually I think I just said fuck it and chucked it, and Kevin picked it off, or Jonah missed it. I forgot what happened, but oh my god, I love that play, dude. I never felt more like fucking Michael Vick in my life. Like, back up. Oh my god, that shit was so funny though. I remember Kevin like fucking after that happened, Kevin just fell to the floor and just died laughing. And John was like, dude, throw it, throw it, throw it. I was laughing too because I just see Kevin die, and I think I chucked it. I missed the throw or something. Oh my god, Kevin will still bring that one up every now and then. Oh my god, that shit was so funny. I remember low key like sometimes like I remember the one time I tried to punch Tim and I completely whiffed. He was standing still too. My brain kind of like hesitated because I was like, not that I was like worried, oh, Tim will beat my ass. Like, I wasn't actually like afraid of him at all, but I was just like, like, I'm not a fighter. Like, I just like don't like fighting at all. But like, he pissed me off, and I was like, dude, I'm just gonna go up there and fucking just punch him. I was just like so pissed. And I was like, and then like halfway through, I just kind of like hesitated, and I was like there was like something in my brain, like, nah. I went to go, and I like stopped, and I was like, ooh, trying to like play it off, and they were like, dude, what the fuck was that? I was like, I don't know, so stupid. And I was just completely wet. But dude, that shit, he would piss me off, bro. That dude, Shane was like, I swear, we're cool now, but that dude was an asshole to me for no reason, bro. He would just say some shit to me, and I'm like, dude, like the one time, like, I was like, yeah, because like they fucking like were like I forgot what they did, but they were like talking shit, like they were like making fun of Kevin or something. I forgot what the fuck they were saying about. So we were playing wiffle or something. Of course, it was like getting heated, and, like classic. And they like said something to him. I was like, bro, like I was like, God, shut the fuck up, or so, like, or something to Kevin or something like that. I forget what even it was. And I like walked up to him and I was like, bro, like, God, shut the fuck up. What the fuck are you guys talking about? And Tim was like, oh, you're going to be a big boy now? You're going to be a big boy? And then I was like, oh, talk about a big boy, Tim. You're one to talk, dude. I roasted the He was like, dude, you're fucking serious? He got so mad. And I was like, yeah, dude, I roasted the shit out of him. I was like, oh, the big boy. Talk about a big boy. You're one to talk, dude. He's like, dude. I was like, dude, yeah. And then, oh my God. He was just being an asshole. I remember I destroyed him with that line, though. I was like, something about big boy, you're one to talk. Everyone was like, dang. You could tell it was a good one, too, because Kevin was like, ooh, shit. Dude, shut the fuck up, Mike. Shut the fuck up, Mike. I was like, yeah, boy, good job. Good job, blob looking at. Oh, yeah. And then the one time, that I didn't like. I was just like, more like, dude, what the fuck is your problem? Because, yeah, pops it up. I'm about to catch it. I'm not looking. Just throws a bat right at my face. I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? That one I just like, and he apologized like immediately, but I just more just wanted to make him look stupid. He did that, and I just like looked at him like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, I was like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, because it didn't like really hurt. It was just more like shock. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, threw it at my fucking face. Like, what are we doing here? Bro, what the fuck? Yeah. Oh, and I remember the one time, this had nothing to do with anyone else. But we were playing at Grassy Classic, and someone hit like a ground ball, and I went to pick it up. I don't know if you were there or not. I forgot who were teams, but there was a branch that was like sticking out, and I didn't see it. And I was wearing glasses at the time, but it caught me like right under the glasses and like scraped my eye. And it didn't like it scraped like the my eyelid, and it didn't actually it hurt like it burned a little bit, but it wasn't like it was nothing terrible. Like it felt fine. It was just like a little scratch. But it cut my shit like open, and like I was like bleeding. There's just blood running down my face and shit. I was like, wow, that this looks like way worse than it should. And yeah, I was just like bleeding. And then I remember Jonah like freaking out. Dude, no, you should definitely get that looked at, dude. No, dude. I was like, dude, I'm fine. Like, can we just play? Like, whatever, it's blood. Who cares? I'm fine. Like, seriously, it doesn't even hurt. It's fine. He's like, dude, no, there's no fucking way I'm getting fucking blood on the ball, dude. No way. Gonna get fucking HIV? Fuck that. I was like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, all right, fine. Like, went, like, cleaned it up. It was like, yeah, it was just like a scratch, but it just, I don't know, I bleed easily. Like, I don't know what to tell him. Like, dude, we're fine. Like, oh my God, who cares? I'm good. I'm good. He's like, dude, that looks really bad. It probably didn't even look like that bad. Bumblebee style. Yeah, kind of. Through Kevin, I remember a lot of those things. Yeah, like, because I remember like Kevin would always say like those quotes. Puppy. I don't even know if I was I there for that one? Maybe, probably. I don't even know. Dude, the classic Joe. If you hit Joe in the head with the football, I can't believe you like cried about that though. Like, dude, like, come on, like it was a football to the back of the head. Like, who cares? That did not hurt that much. I think it was more just like he, more like he felt like he was ganged up on, which I kind of feel bad about now. But no, but he was fucking being annoying, dude. It's like, oh shit, and you just stood there and laughed, Magnus. Classic. No, no. I was couldn't breathe, and then you said, "Ha ha ha!" Help my mouth closed. Uh, yeah, dude. I was just thinking about it the other day, like, dude, because Friday, my advisory, my 4B, they like, pissed me off so much. Dude, I was like livid at them. I like lost my shit, and like the head of the math department's daughters in that class. I don't even care. I would lost on all of them, and I was like, whatever. She tells her dad. She tells her dad. Like, he'll probably like agree with me. They were being fucking annoying as hell. They were like these two kids were like running around my classroom. I was like, guys, like seriously, stop, act your age. I just like shouted at them. He got kind of quiet and stuff, and they were like, wait, guys, Mr. Rule's actually getting pissed. Mr. I was like, guys, like I'm trying to help this kid with homework, and I can't even hear myself think. Like, ridiculous, bro. Like, you guys are like 14, 15 years old and running around the classroom. What are we doing? I was just like judging them hardcore. Just like, dude, y'all are sophomores in high school. That's sad. But anyways, so yeah, I said that, and then like at one point they had like this like giant balloon. I don't even know where that came from, and then it popped. And of course, like this hall monitor, he's cool, he's chill as hell, but this hall monitor came in to kind of be like, what the fuck was that? I was like, we're good. It was a balloon. I just like stepped out for a second because I was just like, I was so pissed. I just like stepped out. I was like, yeah, sorry, it was a balloon because these kids are dumb and don't think and use their head. So, yeah, they had a giant balloon and it popped. I don't know why they have that, but they're just being dumb right now. Oh yeah, I get that. No worries, no worries. I was like, oh, it's like embarrassing. It's embarrassing that like someone had to come in and be like, hey, is everything okay? Like, ugh. But I like lost my shit, and then like I thought about it. Like I was like driving this morning, and I was like, dude, like that daughter, like that that one kid, like I just like wonder, like I was like thinking, I was like, oh, sometimes like she can be kind of rude. to the other student, like this one girl, like she used to be super nice to her, like all year. This one girl that's like, I don't know, like specifically, like if she's like on the spectrum or something, but like she's a little like socially awkward and like she used to be so nice to her. She used to like always like talk to her and like legitimately talk to her. Like be like, oh yeah, like how's your day and all this. And then recently, like she's just been like trying to ask her like embarrassing questions and stuff. And like at one point, like I heard like she was like it was simple stuff, but like still, it's like you know what you're doing. Like, come on. She was like, oh, Arij, do you know what like STFU is? Like if I say, Arij, I want you to STFU, do you know what that means? And I was like, come on, like stop doing that. Like that's not cool. So I was like, guys, be kind, please be kind. And I was like reflecting on it this morning. I was just like, just like kind of like, oh man, like why these kids acting like this? Why is it? And I was like, it's because they're teenagers, man. Like, I just stopped and thought, and I was like, I was like that too. I had that phase too. Like, I had that, like, oh, let's just be, let's be shitty around our friends because it's funny. Like, I just kind of like put myself in check for a moment and like, yep, I had that moment, and I like thought of Jack and I was like, yeah, me and Kevin definitely had our moments there, like being like fucking shitty teens and just be, oh, it's hilarious to be me, and it's like. I'm just glad I'm out of that, and I like some people fortunately never grow out of that, but like I'm glad yeah, exactly. It's just shit like that all the time, right? Like now I will say like I did do it like at least like so the difference is like I did it like at home at least like when we're like in our homes, not in a classroom where a teacher's like trying to like teach. But uh I would never have done it in a school, like not at all. But again, nonetheless, I was like, yeah, I do get like, okay, it's just a phase. Like they're getting through, like, which is annoying, but they'll grow out of it. Just kind of you have that phase sometimes as teenagers and shit. And I was like, oh God, it's like now as an adult, like as a responsible adult, I'm like, that shit sucks. Like what the hell? And I'm like, it's weird because like I know what's gonna like I know what they're gonna do if I even like say it. Like I'll say like guys, be kind, please. Like it's nothing ever like super egregious or anything, but like it'll be like small little things like that, and I'm like the one day I did like check in on this. I was like, hey, you doing okay? She was like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine. So she's kind of like unaware, I feel like, and I'm like, okay, all right, just checking, like everything's good. She's like, yeah, everything's fine. Okay, okay, like. But yeah, it's just like it's just kind of like annoying, and I'm like, all right, like, and it just recently started happening. Before it was like, yeah, exactly. Before and like that's the thing that's kind of good. It's like it's not like the worst thing ever happening. Like they'll just say like little things like that, like, oh, what does this mean? Ha ha, like stupid immature stuff. So it's nothing like too bad, but it's like, all right, there's. And like I've been kind of stuck with that, like because I'm like, oh, I like don't have energy during the day. Like I'll have things are great, and also I'm helping a student with math and all this, and it's like, and I know there's going to be like, but then yeah, like for whatever reason, like the running around the classroom and like being like super like that, I have like no patience for. Like no, like nope, stop right now. You guys are acting like 8-year-olds. You got to stop. So sad that I even have to tell them that, but. Yeah, they're like, ooh, yeah, it got like super quiet. 'Cause then like I walked back in the room and I was like I gave them this like super like death glare. Just like I just kind of like glanced over to him, like rolled my eyes, like shook my head, and then I just like sat back down at my desk and I was just like super quiet. And the classroom was like really quiet. I was like, good, like yeah, you like y'all pissed me off. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, but then like it was like annoying. They're like, oh, like the one girl like she wasn't there on Friday. And I was like, dude, thankfully, like I'm kind of glad she gets a break from these people. Like they're just so like oh, they're just annoying. And they would constantly ask her questions. It's just, like, come on, But then, yeah, like she wasn't that sure. Mr. Was Reese here today? I was like, nope, she's not. I sing it in my head. I was like, ha ha, you don't get to play your dumb games. Ha ha, she's off today. And then they just filled it up with being even worse. All right, so then we're gonna run around the classroom. It's at 15. Like what? That was just like so mind-boggling. I was like, I was never this. I feel like in a classroom setting, like I would just never have done that. Like in the balloon thing, it's like, oh, and I talked about it with my seventh hour a little bit because I was just like still kind of pissed about it, and because they brought up something about like, oh, oh, with these kids, Mr. Rule, like, do you get like really upset with us? I was like, no, like I was like, no, like today I was like I did like see a lot of immaturity today, not in our class, but in the class earlier. It was like my sophomore class, and I was like, yeah, that I just don't get. Like there's a line. She was like, yeah, we like, and I was like, I was like, I don't know, maybe I just like I wasn't like that because I was like, I'll be honest, guys, like I was pretty mature. I feel like I was like older than my years. Like had to kind of grow up fast and I was like a little more mature than like my age, and maybe that's it a little bit, but like I just yeah, like I could be silly, but and like it's funny, like I had like one of the students was like, yeah, no, she's like, I'm more mature and like serious like at home. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, see, she's like, I'm actually like more silly like around here in school. I was like, that's interesting. For me, it was the opposite. Like in school, I was like more keep to myself, serious, like let me get my work done for the most part. Yeah, you'll laugh here and there, of course. It's whatever. You're with your friends, but like I was pretty like about my business. But then at home, like when my friends are all about, like yeah, then I'm like sure, then I'm in my element. Like it's just like weird where it's like mixed for some of these kids. Like it's actually reversed. It's like that's not like. And I'm not saying like school should be like a prison or anything, but like school is for the purpose of learning like, first and foremost, and like exactly. It's like okay, like y'all should like be working on homework or something. Like, and I get it, it's advisory. Like that class specifically where they're running around, it's advisory, so it's not like the most important thing. But it's like, okay, then like work on homework. Like, so, like other kids are doing. Like, I guarantee you, there's stuff to be working on that you have during the day, and this is a perfect time to do so. And they just won't, and it's like, oh man, like. And some kids will. It's not everyone. Like the one kid, and I felt so bad for her. Like she was trying to do this assignment, and I'm like helping her. It's like this math. I was like, and I like, can't, and I'm like, she probably can't even understand how I'm teaching it right now because like there's noise going around, and you're like, I snapped, and then I like, yeah, but like I had to though because I was like, yeah, I'm trying to teach this thing, and then like it was actually a really simple explanation. She like pretty much got it. She just had to ask about one little thing. But yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. And I like even it like the one thing that I like can't stand sometimes is like when it's not necessarily their fault, but like when parents think that like, oh, it's the environment around them and that's my kid just can't learn like and something like that. It's like that's okay, no, sure, I kind of get that from like if you're not in the classroom every day, but like that's just not true. Like even in my like most chaotic classrooms, the ones that will like that are serious about learning and will do the work will still get the A. Like they're going to do fine. It's never like and trust me, they will do fine if they're serious enough about it and they are listening to what the teacher's saying and they're doing their homework and they're doing the assignment. They will do fine. Promise you. Even if even I've had some of the most chaotic classes and I've had chill, whatever, even the most chaotic, the ones that actually care about doing their work and actually put forth the effort have done fine every time. It's never been like, ooh, they probably could have gotten it. No, they like in my fifth hour right now, two kids that like lead the pack in responses and are doing the work are getting A's. And like the one dropped to an A minus, and she should, I would say, have like an A plus, but she hasn't been doing her homework. And she'll probably be the first one to tell, like, yeah, I've been kind of slacking off there. Not that she can't, she's just kind of been slipping on that. Like, but she'll be fine. Like, she's doing fine. And yeah, as long as they value it, man, that's the biggest thing I would say. Like, students that come in and like have just don't see any importance in what their day is, what school is even for them, or like even like just the potential. Like, okay, like sure, it's math class. I'm not going to do anything with math. But like at the very least, could you at least understand that like, hey, this is a graduation requirement and I need it to like achieve that goal of like graduating high school. It's like that's fine. And yeah, like that's the thing, right? Like and just recently, like literally on Friday, I was helping a student with like some homework. She got a call from her mom in class on her cell phone. And she was like, "Can I take this? Can I take this?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like, what am I gonna say? No? Like, I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, sure." I thought about it and I'm like, and who knows? Like, I don't think. And she came back and it was fine. And like, I don't think it was anything urgent. I don't. I'll be honest. I don't actually know. Like, it could have been, and maybe it needed to be taken care of right then and there. But like, it just like taught me like, why do you think that's okay to call your kid on their cell phone in the middle of their class? Like that was the mom that called them. It wasn't like some friend, because I've had that, like where their friends would call them. Okay, wow, another silly teenager doing silly teenager stuff, whatever, bringing another peer down. Fine. It was the mom that called her, and I was like that, like at what? I would never do that. I would never, ever, ever do that. Like if I had a kid in school, if I had to call them, right, exactly, exactly. My phone was never in, mine was in my locker. Like I just, in my locker, put away. And like, I would never, like, I just thought about it from the parent's perspective. I was like, if I needed to call my kid, but I knew they were in the middle of class, and like, let's say it was something urgent, and I knew, like, oh, they probably are, like, in the middle of a lesson right now. Like, I don't want to disrupt that. Like, if they shouldn't have their phone, I'll call the office. And some do that. Like I had the other student that's in my LH2 who's getting an A plus and doing amazing. Their parent called the office, didn't call herself because she knew. Like, and I kind of just sat back and reflected on that. I was like, that right there. So that difference right there. One that respects education and the educator enough to not do that, and one that doesn't. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad parent. The other one, I'm not. But like that is it, at the very least a slight disrespectful nod to the educator. If you're gonna call your kid on their cell phone in the middle of the class, like I just like and something that like and again, it wasn't like the only time I would ever see like something like that being okay is if it like absolutely needed to happen right now and she like needed to leave class. But she came back like a minute later and was like, hey, yeah, it's fine. And like again, it was fine. It ended up being fine. It's cool, and I'm chill about it. But like, I just like wonder that from the parent. Like, I'm like, okay, like, because I just have the perspective of like, all right, well, like, then if your kid loses any instruction time because of that, that's on you. That's not on me. Like, that's on your hands. And I just kind of accepted that now. Like, okay, well, then if you think that's okay, and like, then if your kid misses that homework question that I was in the middle of helping them with, guess what? That's not on me anymore. Because you're the one that pulled them out in the middle of it. Like, so yeah, exactly. And that was the thing. I was like, what do you think the kids are exactly, right? Like, what are the kids gonna think if they see from their model parent at home or guardian, oh, I can just get calls in the middle of class and it's fine from my parent. Like that's why and like that is the one thing like I want to bring that example up because people are like, oh, just take it like people who aren't teachers say this to me all the time. It's just like so frustrating. Like, oh, just take them away. You just gotta take those phones away. It's like you have no idea that it's like not that easy like if our district isn't fully 100% behind it, and it's not like a school thing that like, hey, teachers can take it away, and like the second they say it's teacher discretion, it's not happening. Because, and also, it's hard to become a school rule because of the parents. Like they're, and if you like, yeah, but that's a few. It's like there's enough of them to be like, no, I want my kid to have their cell phone in school, in that on them. Now there's some of them that also say no, you could take it, you could like, I give you permission, but like that's the issue that and you think like, oh, the parents should be fine with that. They won't. Some of them will absolutely not be, and that's just something that like that's why that happens. And like it's gotten to a point where and I know it's not just because I'm like this easy young teacher, because I used to reflect on that too of like, oh, maybe it's just like me, like maybe it's just me, I'm doing it and blah blah. It's happening across the board, man. You could take your most veteran teacher, your most experienced 20 years on the job, it's happening in their classroom too, man. And it's like, and that's why I'm like, so like you could think, oh, you're just too easy on them. I'm not. You could take your strict, like, and it's happening there too. And you hear about like, oh, I don't let them be on the. I'm like, okay, but they're still doing. I guarantee you, they're still doing it. Like you could take your strictest, most experienced teacher. Promise you, they're still doing it. And like, I just like, because they're addicted, man. It's an addiction. It's crazy. They just cannot be without that thing. And it is like single-handedly ruining uh, education. But yeah, dude, absolutely. Yeah, no, that was cool. That was cool to have that. I was gonna actually end it like a while ago, but that was cool to like have a little talk through chat and stuff. So yeah, dude. Um, Always nice talking to you, and you're almost out. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and go Sox. They'll beat the Reds today. Don't worry. They might be losing right now. If they are, sorry. Are they losing? They're losing 5-0. Wow. All right. Well, see you. Yeah, a few more days.